The rate of inflation in Nigeria rose to 20.8% in September, the highest rate since 2005, hitting a 17-year high on the back of soaring food prices and supply chain disruption. The food inflation rate stood at 23.34% on a year-on-year basis, lifted by increases in the prices of bread and cereals, food products, potatoes, yams, and other tubers, oil and fat. Here now are the details of this and other stories making headlines across Africa.
Items less farm produce or core inflation, including the prices of volatile agricultural produce, stood at 17.6%, up from 17.2% recorded in August 2022. Nigeria's Bureau of Statistics said the highest increases were recorded in prices of gas, liquid fuel, passenger transport by air, passenger travel by road, and solid fuel. The Bureau said that the rising inflation rate was caused by soaring food prices, disruption in food supply chain, rise in import cost due to the currency depreciation, and increase in the cost of production. The inflation rate increase places renewed pressure on the Nigerian Apex Bank to increase interest rates and put inflationary pressures at bay. Last month, the Central Bank of Nigeria raised the monetary policy rate from 14% to 15.5%, the third consecutive increase in 2022. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund projects that Equatorial Guinea's real gross domestic product growth for 2022 may be lower than 5.8% anticipated in July due to recent incident in a large oil production unit. The IMF in July attributed 5.8% GDP growth to hydrocarbon production and battery construction. The overall fiscal balance improved in the first half of the year beyond staff projections, reaching 5% of GDP, mainly due to higher hydrocarbon revenue. Finally, Ethiopia has ordered banks to deny foreign currency to business importing non-priority goods in an effort to shore up dwindling foreign reserves in one of Africa's major economies. The move effectively freezes the import of 40 products, including vehicles, motorcycles, wall clocks, umbrellas, carpets, soaps, alcohol, perfumes, and cigarettes, as businesses must register with banks to obtain the foreign currency needed to bring goods into the country. In a letter to Ethiopia's central bank, the Ministry of Finance said it had become necessary to restrict the use of foreign currency to importing food, medicine and medical equipment, and raw materials for manufacturing.